Hello and welcome to Radeon R9 video card thermal compound replacing video tutorial. My name is Alex Moroz and I'm experienced overclocker since 2000. In this video you will find out if it's worth or not to replace factory thermal compound to IC Diamond 7 carat thermal compound. IC Diamond 7 carat thermal compound has the best rating for thermal compound for 2012 and 2013, and it's even better than Arctic Silver 5 thermal compound, and also it's stated clearly on the box that it's better than any silver thermal compounds out there, which Arctic Silver 5 is great thermal compound as well, but I believe and some other overclockers believes that IC Diamond 7 carat thermal compound is much better than Arctic Silver 5. So I decided to go ahead and give it a shot during this video tutorial, and I decided to replace from Radeon R9 the factory thermal compound for IC Diamond 7 carat thermal compound. So let's go ahead and get going here. As you can see on the table, I got the MSI Twin Friozr Radeon R9 video card, which is great value for 2013 and also will be great value for 2014. And some of you folks are looking to overclock those video cards. I bet you are, and or some just trying to find out how to bring those fans a little bit down so it's going to be quieter. And this video is going to be dedicated just for you folks, for overclockers or for people who's looking to get your system a little bit quieter and cooler. So you want to just put your video card on anti-static mat, and I'm doing it outside. I'm not suggesting you to do it outside. I started during the day, and it just turned into the night, into the evening, and it's winter time. It's already November, so it's getting dark pretty early and very quick, by the way. And you will see by the lighting that I was shooting through the day like you see it right now, and then it will just turn slightly into the evening, and I will use the artificial lights. But I decided to shoot it outside at the beginning just because I like to have that ambient natural light, and it's much better than without it. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here and learn how to do so. As you can see, my Radeon R9 video card right here, and you want to turn it upside down so you will see the card itself, not the heatsink, and start to work with those screws. First try to remove the silver screws and then remove the GPU heatsink screws. You want to remove all of those screws, which is 10 screws, and just try to remove them in opposite directions. And then you want to go ahead, and as you can see, I'm using my nice field engineer toolkit. It's a professional field engineer toolkit from Newegg, by the way. It's a great toolkit by Roswell, and I got my little box where I can put my screws. I suggest you to do so too, so you're not going to lose any. So when you removed all the silver screws, we're going to start with the black screws that holding the heatsink to the GPU. There's 4 screws right there, and one actually has the sticker on it, and it says that if you will remove the screw, basically to remove the screw, you need to just put your screwdriver over the sticker, or you can just go ahead and try to kind of warm up the label and try to take it from the screw, which is kind of hard, and I didn't do that because I was shooting it outside my video tutorial and it was cold. And I'm not suggesting you to do it at cold as well, but you know, this is what I decided to do. So start with the screws one by one, try to go as opposite directions, and keep in mind that screw will have the spring on it, so be careful so it's not going to jump on you and just fly away. Especially when you're going to put it back, just be careful because it's going to be kinda hard to put it back, and when you will put it back, just make sure that heatsink is sitting tight on a GPU. So just remove those, and when it's done, just try to lift the board and helping with your hand just a little bit by holding the heatsink and lifting the board to the top, and basically we'll just remove it. So it's going to look just like this. As you can see, the heatsink quality by the MSI is great, but the thermal compound spreading over the GPU is not so great, it's average. And here we go, I'm just removed the thermal compound from the heatsink just to show you the quality of the heatsink. It has some scratches definitely, so it's not outstanding, but it's I would say it's a little bit better than average. Those scratches are not so bad. And you can see the thermal compound spreading over the GPU is average. So I'm used the chemical pad to remove the heatsink, the thermal compound, just because I'm a system engineer and I'm working with all the other systems. I have some with me and I just used one, but you can just go ahead and buy them at some computer stores, and try to do better job than I'm doing, because as you can see I'm already using the artificial lights and it's dark and cold outside, so I did not remove the on the side pretty well. But when you're removing the thermal compound on the side, make sure that there is a transistors right there around the GPU, as you can see, that you're not going to leave any thermal and not even touch with any thermal compound on those GPU transistors, those little guys, because you just can make a short circuit in there and basically damage and fail your GPU. So be careful. And you can see I just left that on the side, so I didn't spend like 30 minutes, but you can go ahead and spend 30 minutes, 1 hour to make sure everything is clean. I just left it over there, and you can do a better job than I did, but I don't think it's going to do more than 1 Celsius down for you. As you can see, here's the IC diamond 7 carat thermal compound by Innovative Cooling, and I just place it on top, just carefully kind of spread the thermal compound around the GPU, and I left that white thermal compound. Actually it was silver, but comparing to the diamond 7 carat thermal compound, it looks like white. And just go ahead, and I left it, just decided not to mess with it because I'm going to get some on those little transistors and around the GPUs, and I decided it's on the side, it's not going to do any difference at all anyways, just to leave it. But on top you want to spread nicely your diamond thermal compound, and if you're using any chemical pads, just give it about 10-20 minutes to make sure that diamond thermal compound will stick to the GPU, because this compound doesn't like to stick pretty good on the metal. And so this is what I did, and now it's time to close it. So basically I just put it back, make sure the holes are laying with the holes in the heatsink, the holes on the card laying with the holes in the heatsink perfectly, and just about 2 minutes, but make sure it's perfectly in there. And when you're putting the card on the heatsink, make sure you're not going to move a lot, so you're not going to spread that thermal compound around the transistors and that small transistors on the GPU. So just be very careful and just do just be cautious and do a nice careful work in there. Then start putting the screws. I put already those 4 screws, but try to put them on opposite sides, like in a cross and on the GPU first, and be careful those springs on those screws. Make sure it's tight, and do not screw too much, and do not make it very tight, but make sure it's tight, so you're not going to break the board, and it's not going to be loose, so heatsink will sit just on GPU on thermal compound. Then just go ahead and put, as you can see, I'm just showing to you on the cross type on opposite sides. I'm putting those two, and then another two in those holes, just like that. And then just go ahead and start putting those silver screws, 10 silver screws, and make sure that also they go into opposite sides, and like in some sort of like a cross type, like I'm doing it right now. And then in the other holes just put another 5. Here we go, we got it going, folks. And here's our card back again. It's pretty simple, as you can see, not so hard, and it's doable. But keep in mind, when you're going to unscrew the screw with that sticker, and if you're just going to go through your screwdriver through the sticker like I did, it will show that screwdriver just went through that sticker, and your warranty pretty much is going to be no more. And unfortunately, this is what it does with MSI video cards. Sapphire doesn't have no sticker on it, and on a Sapphire you can replace it without anybody to see it, actually, if you will do it carefully. So let's go ahead and compare, see the temperature comparisons. Wow, as you can see, the IC Diamond 7 carat thermal compound just lower our idle temperature at 5 Celsius. This is amazing, folks. Even at idle it's lowering the temperature, so I'm pretty sure that at the 99% at maximum load on the video cards, it will be demonstrating a great results. And it was 2 video cards in my system. One was Radeon during the tests, just to make sure it's going to bring the extra and maximum heat. One was MSI Radeon R9, and another video card was Sapphire Radeon 7870 XT, which is Tahiti GPU, which is the same Tahiti GPU as an R200X. And actually those 2 GPU can be cross-fired, and it's going to be another video for you folks by me. I suggest you go ahead and have a look, especially if you have 7870 XT laying around. Make sure it's XT version with the Tahiti chip, because the other is 7870 1 GHz edition, and just 7870 is not Tahiti version of the GPU, and it's not going to work in crossfire with Radeon 280X or Radeon 7950 or Radeon 7970. But a 7870 XT version, which is Tahiti GPU, will work in crossfire perfectly. So I have as my secondary card 7870 XT Tahiti version, and both running at idle, and I kept it for 30 minutes, and here we go, about 0.1% per GPU load, and I consider this as idle. And you can see my reading from my Radeon 280X is 37 Celsius at the stock thermal compound, and 32 Celsius at the IC Diamond 7 carat thermal compound, which is 5 Celsius, folks. Amazing, outstanding. And system at maximum load, which is 99%, just a little bit overclock on both GPU. And for the stock and for the Diamond 7 carat thermal compound, I use just the same overclock, the same fan rotation percentage. And here what we got, 93%. The system, I kept the system for 2 hours. It was running for 2 hours straight. 99% with Litecoins, calculating the Litecoins because on both GPUs, because it brings maximum heat. I tried the MSI Afterburner, and there is a tool in there in Afterburner. There is a tool that you can use to test your heat up your video card. It comes with a tool, but Litecoin just bring more heat on it. I'm not sure why, but it worked with the OpenCL, and it just heat up that video card at much higher temperature than just I believe it's combustion tool that comes with MSI Afterburner, much higher temperature. So I decided to use the Litecoins, and I'm using the Litecoins for myself as well at this moment. That's why I'm Radeon guys for already 2 years, because Radeon video cards bring more values, and I already made 10 Bitcoins for it and sold it, just let you know, for $1,200. If I will sell the Bitcoins in November 2013 made with my Radeon HD 870 XT version, both of those in Crossfire, I will probably make about $4,000, but who knows, that Bitcoin will just, you know, grow and grow and grow till November. But anyways, so just let you know, I'm more a Radeon guy, but right now I have another set of video cards tested by NVIDIA, and I'm just going to go ahead and bring you the best review as possible in video tutorials, and not going to consider that I'm love more Radeon video cards at this point in 2013. But anyways, the stock thermal compound 93 Celsius. Okay, both GPUs was running 99%, generating a lot of heat. And keep in mind that fan rotation speed was just the same when I put the IC Diamond 7 karat thermal compound, and I made sure that GPU frequency and memory frequency are just the same as well for both video cards. And IC Diamond 7 karat thermal compound 86 Celsius. Wow folks, this is outstanding. And 7 Celsius, so I would say about, it depends what is how great the cooling in your case. I'm using the half 932, which has black edition, which has beautiful and not beautiful but excellent cooling performance. It has 200mm in front intake, 200mm on the top, 200 I believe 30mm on the side, and has some side fans as well. And I have 2 fans on my GPU heatsink, which is Vinomius but thermal right, which is also kind of blowing nice air around. So same case, same settings, 6-7 Celsius in half 932, excellent for 2 hours. And I would say even if you have a bad cooling condition in your case, I'm pretty sure that you will knock about 4 or 5 Celsius, which is a critical temperature, and you're just going to lower it at the nice value. And let's say even if you're not overclocker, if you're trying to keep your fan rotation speed lower and keep it quieter, it's possible, because 5 Celsius it's a lot. You can keep it quieter by 10-15% on the fan rotation speed, which can be much quieter. And if you are overclocker, of course it will give you more value and to push to the frequency that you want with the lower temperature, which is also great and beneficial for overclockers. So I see Diamond 7 karat thermal compound is a great thermal compound, and I'd say it's going to be my choice for everything. And it just cost $8.99 at, I believe not even $8.99, $7.99, which was cheaper by $1 than Arctic Silver 5, and I think it's the best value at Micro Center in November 2013. I suggest you to go ahead and buy it and invest. But pretty much market price will be like $10, and it's a great $10. It's absolutely worth every penny of investment, because you're going to play with your video card for one year at least. You're gonna keep it cooler and keep it quieter. It's outstanding value, and I suggest you to go ahead and replace it. So you can see IC Diamond just did the job, and I used this one that on the image, and those images basically represents all my tests. and it's 1.5G at Micro Center. And if you will go to outletpcs, I believe.com, you can buy this right now for $4.99 in November 2013. Just Google for it. This is outstanding value. Unfortunately, they have $5 shipping charges, but you can just go ahead and buy maybe 5 of them, and this way you're going to save the money. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching. As again, my name is Alex Moroz, and you just watched Moroz Academy, where you can learn a lot about the overclocking, how to push your hardware further, build the computers, how to overclock, how to do basically video tutorials on Photoshop, graphic design, web developing, programming. Join and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Please go ahead and thumbs up and like this video, so I will create and get the motivation for my next videos. And also please check out my other videos about the MSI Radeon 280X video card, which is unboxing with some results of the stock, benchmarking, as well as overclocking tutorial, completely overclocking tutorial for the beginners of MSI Radeon R280X, when I will teach you and bring you some great information how to properly overclock the MSI Radeon 280X video card, and also show you the performance over the stock. Just go ahead and click with your mouse on one of those icons, and or if you're watching this on a tablet, just go ahead and check the video description, and I will go ahead and put the video links for you to those videos. Thank you so much again, and please thumbs up, like, and subscribe.